Hi, welcome to XCOM Final Mission. I've been sitting on this one a little while and I've been meaning to render it and I finally got around to it today. It's my Valkyrie squad. I've got a 3 assault, a support, a sniper and a heavy. And my heavy's got the Psi Armour. She's the one who went into the gollup chamber at the end. So she's got mind control. There's a couple of others with Psi Panic and the rest have all got Mind Fray. So they're all psychics, I think. Maybe at least 5 of them are. Anyway. Here is a little cutscene. There's basically an alien at the end who... So there's been a cutscene before this where an alien goes, "You've succeeded where we failed," which is a bit... MacGuffin. Because it's... aliens have obviously been doing this for tens, hundreds, thousands of years, and you managed to achieve what they couldn't in 9 months. It's like, Anyway. I run in there by accident and set these guys off. So I follow up with Rift. I didn't really know what Rift does, and apparently it's just like a wicked AoE psychic spell, so that took them out. And then there's just one guy left in there, so I Mind Fray him for starters. Sorry, Panic him for starters. I figure I will... worst case scenario, he'll just freak out and do nothing. And then just bring the other guys up. And then a run and gun into position there to take a double shot, rapid fire. I think the second shot misses, so we're just left with Hardcore Minju Liu, who moves up there. There we go, and has a miss and a hit, and that is Sectoid down, so first room clear. This is on normal difficulty. I forget if I mentioned this or not. But you can afford to be pretty lax on this. As long as you've got some pretty decent equipment, it's not too difficult. And I've researched everything and built everything, and everyone's a kernel apart from Nightmare or Psycho. Psycho, I think, who's a major. So they're in pretty good shape. Anyway, we've got a Sectopod. Is it Sectopod? No, a Cyberdisc. And Nightmare takes a shot there, a headshot, and crits. Doesn't crit, sorry, hits for 10. She has double tap, so she gets another crack at the whip. Can't use headshot, it's on cooldown, so here we go, just regular fire. There for up to 10 damage, and given that Sectoid has the Cyberdisc has got virtually no health left. There we go. It explodes, and it takes the 2 drones with it. There's another Sectopod up on the right that I can't see, but he's got a drone with him. The drone moves into range, and Psycho gets a reaction shot and takes him down. And here comes the Cyberdisc. It moves just into range and then goes on to Overwatch. So, after a bit of faffing, I take a shot with Nightmare, my sniper. She hits there and gets 15 critical. The thing's only got 1 point of health left at this point. Double taps on a cooldown, so I don't get to have another shot. Psycho, takes a shot, my assault from there, but misses. So then I run my next assault in. The thing's on Overwatch, but it's going to be a miss because of lightning reflexes. All my assaults have lightning reflexes at this stage, all 3 of them. It's really good for breaking Overwatch. And then a double fire. Now double fire, if you run the numbers, as long as you've got a better than 34% chance to hit with a regular shot, rapid fire is always preferable. You'll always have a better chance of hitting with rapid fire because you get a minus 15% chance to hit. So 2 shots at minus 15 on 34 equals a total of 36 to hit across 2 shots. And you can obviously do more damage, and as soon as you go up from 34%, like at a 50% chance to hit on a regular shot, you've basically got a 70% chance of hitting with rapid fire, as well as obviously the extra damage. So it's always good to take that. Anyway, I reveal 2 aliens here, waste a ghost armor hiding from them, and then they've buffed each other, so I can Mind Fray the back one and take out the front one. Mind Fray is nice because when you've got powerful troops, these guys have got, the good ones have got between 90 and 100 will, and the bad ones have got 70 or 80. So when you've got like 100 will, Mind Fray is pretty much 100% to hit on the weaker enemies, and it's just a nice way to take them out. Same with these floaters, and Mind Fray will take them out, but there's 3 here. My heavy's a little bit exposed, but fortunately my sniper, Nightmare, is lined up. She's got double tap, that has cooled down, that's cooled down so it's available again, so I go for a headshot first and then a fire there to take out both those floaters, just leaving one in the pit down here. I run Septic up here for a flanking attack, again with rapid fire, and even at -15 the rapid fire is 100% to hit. She's got a scope on, so her aim is pretty solid. And then it's just a question of bringing hardcore up and these guys to the door to pause before the next round, when I'm going to open that up. There we go. And that reveals another floater and a heavy floater, who both get a little move in, but it's nothing too problematic. I mind fray that dude 100% to hit. There we go. And so he's down, and there's just a heavy floater left to deal with. Now this heavy floater I can't obviously kill here. Well, I probably could actually. I could probably sort it out. But I decide to mind fray him, which lowers his move, attack, and his move, aim, and something else, will. And then suppress him to further reduce his aim. And then bring my sniper round to mind fray again on there. So we've taken 10 health off him. He's got heavily reduced aim. So it's not going to be a problem there. He shoots back and sure enough couldn't hit the side door of a barn at the moment. Given that I've gimped his attack pretty significantly. Then some chrysalids pop in, and now I'm thinking, uh-oh, that's probably not so good. So I fire this side. That's probably a mistake. I should have moved her over to the other side, really. Because I've got 2 assault guys up there for 1 chrysalid. But then put her on Overwatch, because I think there might be another chrysalid down there in the pit. I think I'm taking a headshot on this chrysalid, but then realise I've still got my plasma pistol equipped. So I switch to the plasma rifle, double tap lets me get another shot, but I go for the other guy because I'm pretty sure that's going to be a kill with the sniper rifle. There. So you can see, as always, I make quite a lot of messes in this level. Then I've got rapid fire on this guy, and I figure I can't target the chrysalid, so I'm going to hold off for a second. I go for a mind fray on the chrysalid. 87% chance to hit. I might have had more chance to shoot. I should have actually checked the numbers, but the mind fray hits. Kills the chrysalid, which means that I can send Psycho running up here to point blank rapid fire this dude at 97% chance per hit, and sure enough he goes down first hit. So that is that room clear now, and I'll just speed this up pretty significantly. It's just basically a slow advance combining Overwatch and reload overlap. So I move one guy up, I move all of them up, Overwatch everyone except one who gets reload, and continue until they're all reloaded. Anyway, I enter this room here, which is the middle section of the 3-prong attack that I'm taking, and there are 2 thin men in here. Rather than risk fire at them, although maybe I could have suppressed them, I throw a mind fray at one. I advance my left and right flanks up to the doors here and open, and there's another thin man there. He runs off to the right, and I put hardcore on Overwatch there, and bring Septic up and put her on Overwatch, and bring my right hand flank, the 2 ghosters, just up to the door to open it next round. My sniper mind frays that other thin man to kill him outright. So that's the 2 thin men in the middle dealt with, and then this round the thin man makes a run for it, which gives me an Overwatch shot. I'm really surprised he did that as opposed to just peeping around the corner, but no explaining the computer. Anyway, he wasn't going to make it past that gauntlet. So then it's these guys. They open the door, but there's nothing too scary waiting there for them, and I advance basically everyone up a little bit, but there's poison in the way, so I can't move as far as I'd like this round. Once that's in place, I can see that this room here is clear and there's a wall dead ahead, so I can walk up here, and as long as no one sees me, I can just run up to the wall there and take Overwatch. Except that was a dashing move. I open the door here expecting to see another thin man, but there's nothing. It's just identical to the other side, so I run these guys up to the wall as well, and assuming they don't alert any enemies, it's pretty safe just to leave them there and then advance up the ramp the next turn. I don't want to open that middle door when I'm already through on the left and right, because hopefully I can flank them and then burst through once they've skittered for cover. Or maybe they'll come through and I'll be able to flank them that way. Anyway, Ghost Armour, and I head up to the right here. And there's 2 regular mutons and a berserker over there. This isn't too scary. You can see the mutons have very little health. The berserker can be a problem. He can melee at close range and get one-hit kills. But there are pretty decent ways to game him. You can just run, you can juggle him around the map pretty easily. I go on Overwatch here for the time being, which probably wasn't the best move. I then move Stacks up there, thinking that she'll be able to get a shot on the Muton from cover, but she can't. So I end up putting her on Overwatch, everyone else on Overwatch, and just leaving it another round and wasting another turn of Ghost. I should have just committed to that and had her shoot, had Psycho shoot that round. But what's done is done. So, this turn, I bring Stacks up here, and again I should have shot with Psycho because now these 2 run away. Well, the Berserker runs towards us, obviously, and these 2 run away, which puts Stacks in a pretty bad position to shoot. So she ends up going for a panic on the Berserker because that's always thoroughly entertaining. They tend to just turn around, run a couple of squares away, and then fall to their knees and whimper, and this is no different. He's there and drops to his knees and basically curls into the fetal position. I send Psycho down to do a rapid fire on this dude. He hasn't got much chance of living through that with 92% chance on each shot. And then I'm trying to move around to look for the other Muton. I'm pretty sure there are going to be 2 up here as well, and sure enough there are. Thankfully, this one drops down, conferring Hardcore to get a reaction shot because she's got up close and personal, which means that if someone moves within 4 squares, she gets a free shot. Septic has the same, but I think misses on that shot. It's hard to tell when you're shooting through the floor. Hardcore's left there to take a shot from point blank. There's really no chance she's going to miss, which allows me to take Septic round to fire down here onto this guy. Oh, she did hit with a reaction shot, it seems. There. So now we've got one guy who's kind of hidden somewhere. I bring the sniper up just to do a mind fray. May as well take some of his health off and cripple his mobility, but it fails, unfortunately. You can see what a difference Big Will makes. Strobe's on Overwatch but misses that Muton coming up, who fires at her and misses. Lord alone knows how, from point blank and 0 flanking. I guess I just got lucky. But she's got good enough armour that she could have taken whatever he threw at her. So then it's returning fire here, and he's dead. So now I'm just pretty much firing from here. This can't even be bothered to move. Even if some of them miss, it's not the end of the world. There are enough of them lined up that it's going to die before it recovers from panic. And then I just advance the team up line by line until I see this area here, and this is kind of a pit with 2 walls either side, and I'm fairly certain it's going to be full of Mutalisks, because that's what I'd put in there if I was a developer. Or chrysalids, sorry, not Mutalisks, that's StarCraft, right? Mutalisks. Anyway, it turns out it's 2 Sectopods. Luckily, I ghosted to go and have a look, and I'm trying to get my rocket down there. Unfortunately, I don't have range for it, so there is not much I can do. She's got heat ammo, so she's going to do double damage to these Sectopods with her rockets, assuming she can get in range. I leave my ghosted character, I pull my ghosted character back, and then move her in again to try and spot the Sectopods, but now they've moved and I can only see one. Fortunately, they are right in front of each other, so from there I can fire the rocket. It's a fusion, whatever it is. I forget what it's called. But it basically tracks there, so you can see it goes down, and then splatoon! 24 damage to each Sectopod, leaving each of them with 6 health. My assaults on the left flank can deal with them pretty convincingly. Rapid fire, 64% chance to hit. It's like one of those is going to hit there. So that's that one down. And then Septic comes down for the second shot. She's got a scope, so she has 74% chance to hit. And take those Sectopods out without really too much effort at all. Now, there's 2 things spawned in. It turns out they're Muton elites, but I don't know that yet, obviously. I bring my sniper up and hunker her down. I bring these guys up here and put them on Overwatch. And take the first damage of the game. Stacks, who's completely out of cover, just basically gets hit for 8, which was kind of stupid. I mind control this guy, figuring he's going to be my forward scout now. In my previous battle, I was able to mind control those guys with 100% accuracy, so I figured I would do it again. And then just bring my assaults up the side, leaving them on Overwatch, assuming that the other guy is going to come around at some point, and sure enough, there he is. And Overwatch with a sniper is just the best thing of all. A 15 critical. You can't really say fairer than that. Anyway, that's the two guys who have jumped in, dealt with. So now it's just a question of advancing everyone bit by bit, reloading them as we go, and bringing them up to the next room. I'm going to rush the Muton in there and hope that he gets torn apart before I lose mind control on him, but he doesn't really move that fast. So he makes it in, and it turns out it's the final room, which is nice. There we go, so run him in, and unfortunately before these guys get an attack back, well, hang about, I'll let this play out.
Behold the greatest failure of the Imperial ones. We who failed to ascend as they thought we would. We who were cast out. We who were doomed to feed on the gift of lesser beings, as we sought to uplift them, to prepare them for what lies ahead.
So I'm going to be calling this guy Goatface. It looks like he's got a goat skull on his head. So Goatface has given us a little message. He's the one who's been whispering at us the whole mission about how we've succeeded where no one else has. And the camera ends up in a bizarre place. But what's happened is two ethereal commanders or whatever they are have ported in. We've got two Muton elites. We've got Goatface and also the Muton elite that we sent in, who his mind control ran out before before I got a chance to deal with him. Anyway, he's going to be a problem, but I send in Psycho on Ghost mode. Sorry, Stacks, because I've used all Psycho's Ghost armor, I think, on the Sectopods. I send in Stacks to have a look, and I'm thinking, well, maybe I can get a Sonic Storm in there and deal with the Muton elites. Or maybe I can get my sniper, Nightmare, to take a shot at one of them, possibly. But no bones, unfortunately. So I move Nightmare, my sniper, up just a little bit to the next door. And you can't really see that's a door until you scroll up and down using the mouse wheel or the zoom up and down. But there's a big old archway there. And you'll see that in a minute. I think maybe I can fire Rift down here, but again, no joy. Even though I'm pretty sure it's a straight line of sight, for some reason it won't let me. Anyway, not the end of the world. I bring my sniper over to the other side, hoping maybe to get a shot in there, but Stax is basically in there on her own, so I run her back and figure I can have another go with the Ghost Armor next round. So everyone goes on Overwatch. I'm not assuming these guys are going to be able, or not, I assume these guys are not going to be leaving the main room. So I ghost up and send Stax back in. She's only got one set of ghost left, I think, after this. The sniper doesn't have a decent shot there, so I figure, well, I'm just going to move Strobe up and go for the Rift at the end of her movement. Now, what I haven't counted on is this doorway of great frustrationness. Anyway, I send Rift in. That deals with two of the Muton elites and softens up the ethereals a little bit. Nothing significant, but then I take a shot. I figure I'm just going to go for it here. But I've been somewhat foolish. Shoot there. I get 12 critical, which almost kills him, but not quite. And then I'm thinking, well, I'll bring Hardcore up, only I can't. Because, Strobe is blocking the passage. No one can get through because she's in the way. Brilliant. Anyway, Psycho comes up, and that one point there has a line of sight on a Muton, on a ethereal. So I take a couple of shots. One gets reflected and one misses, so no damage done there, but reflected damage only does 2, so I can take that. I can take those pretty much all day. If this thing goes on for more than 15 rounds, I'm kind of in trouble anyway. Anyway, put these guys into Overwatch and just see what happens. One of the guys moves, triggering... oh, no, sorry. First of all, there's some sort of Mind Flay for 11 damage there. And then this guy moves, which triggers Overwatch from Hardcore. She gets a shot in there for 6, which is better than nothing. And then goes for a Mind Control on Stax here, and fails, because Stax has got 100 will plus the Mind Dampener thing accessory along with her Medkit. She takes 5 damage, nonetheless. I don't know if that's for a failed Mind Control or what, but a Muton wanders into my Rift and takes some damage for that. And the other guys take a bit of damage from still being in the Rift at the end of the round. I fire here. I've only got a 25% chance to hit, so I leave it for the time being. Instead, I bring Strobe, my heavy, the Sonic chick, around here. There we go. And fire down there on that guy with a 70% chance to hit old Goatface. No, that's not Goatface, that's just the Ethereal. He reflects it, I think. Yeah, there we go, for 2 points of damage, but 2 points of damage I can handle. And then it's just a question of running these guys in. Hardcore takes Run and Gun and lines up next to Stax for a shot at the Ethereal. There we go, we're going to put her over there on the right. And takes a shot there. Rapid fire. One of them's going to hit, even if they both get returned. There we go, but 7 damage takes him out. And then I'm just going to run the other assaults up there. The first one I send up, Psycho, I keep in cover just in case there are some more Mutons left, and the last thing I want is to lose a squad member at this stage. That'd just be pathetic. But rapid fire, 2 hits against that dude. The first one I think hits, there we go, for 8 damage. The second one hits but is reflected. So she's actually got, she's down to 5 health now, so things could be better for her, but yeah, whatever. Then I run and gun Septic up, and again with 2 shots here at point blank. I'm fairly confident I'm going to be able to do 2 damage, and I've still got Stax as backup if I need her. But as it is, the first shot hits and kills this guy fairly convincingly, so I will leave you with this cutscene. There's a bit more to discuss on the other side, so see you then, lots of love, bye!
What the hell is happening?
The ship itself is behaving like a dying star. Becoming a black hole. At this distance, the Earth will be consumed.
Central, I'm bugging out. The package is not on board. Waited as long as I could, sir.
Sir, the alien ship is in motion. What direction? What direction?
Up.
Well, that was fun. I don't know. it seems like the smartest thing to do was not to fly it straight up and blow it up, but whatever, what do I know? I've never tried to blow up an alien ship using sonic powers that was also turning into a black hole and threatening to suck in the Earth. Kind of a weird finish, but I don't know, it was fun. So I've unlocked some additional second wave options, yay! Which we'll have a look at after this. And then there's some average numbers. Overall score, the world average overall score was 105,000. I don't know how they did that. Days until victory, I beat the curve by 50 days. Battles won, a few more. Battles lost, 0. Yay! Aliens killed, 439. Soldiers lost, 6. I can live with that. Funding countries, 14. I ended up with 2 countries that were not funded, the 2 in South America, and was just juggling them to get UFO abductions. Days until alien base cleared, I put that off for ages, 214. The ethereal device recovered at 233, and the sonic soldier discovered at 239. The next page is all about battles. As we saw, battles fought 44, battles won 44, battles lost 0. Alien killed 439, so slightly above average. Soldiers lost slightly below average. Average shot percent slightly below average. Average damage per shot way below average. I don't know if people are hacking there or using mods, but I don't see how you're getting 20 damage per shot. Average number of turns per battle above average. One-shot deaths slightly below average. Aliens killed by explosions way below average. Hired below average. More officer training school purchases. First colonel slightly ahead of the curve. Lots of time spent in the infirmary. And lots of sonic soldiers. I spent a lot of time just training out the sonics. And shot down a bunch of UFOs because I kept those 2 cities open. There we go. And Firestorms 11. Yeah, I ended up with Firestorms all over the place, which I didn't really need. But, not the end of the world. And used a few aim assists, mostly to see what they did, more than anything else. Never really needed them. Science and engineering. Scientists 130. The world 70,000. I can't believe that that isn't cheating. Laboratories built 2. That kind of shows you how useless they are. I think I got all 52 technologies. Average days per technology 2.1. That's because I don't know why that is actually. Alien species captured 8. Engineers 179. Workshops built 11. Items built 142. Facilities 35. Adjacency bonuses 21. And foundry projects completed all of them. Credits earned 18 grand. 231 seems like a lot. Maybe people are prolonging the game. Credits spent 14,000. Illyrium 1100. Illyrium used 800. Alien alloys recovered 2,500. Alien alloys used 1,000. You get the idea. Continent bonuses 4. Satellites launched 14. Like I said, I left South America unprotected just to allow it to continue to spew UFOs for me to do missions there and train up rookies relatively easily. Days until second satellite 4 days, so I was ahead of the curve there. Third satellite again 71 days ahead of the curve. And here are the credits, which I kind of skipped. And then I had a look at the second wave options. Damage roulette's interesting, a wider range of damage, but it's kind of punishing. Basically you end up doing a lot of ones. New economy, random council members is... Rookies have random starting stats is interesting, along with hidden potential, which is random increases per level. Red fog would be great. Wounds taken in combat affect stats, but it doesn't appear to affect aliens. Absolutely critical, criticals for flanking. Greater good, interrogating a sonic alien. No way. And marathon, the game takes considerably longer to complete. So I'll probably do an impossible Iron Man with a few of those turned on. Probably hidden potential, not created equally, and absolutely critical. Those ones look like to be